Michelle with Pink and Maine. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to be making some cards with our Winter Snow Globe Scene stamps and dies, along with our empty snow globe stamp and dies. So I've got an A2 size card, which is top folding, cut out of this nice light craft cardstock. To layer on top of the card front, I have cut out a snowflake background with one of our stitched rectangle dies, along with this teal stripe that I'm going to put along the bottom. So I'm going to glue these two together, and these papers are from our Winter Wonderland paper pad. Before I glue this down to the card base, I always like to put something in between the two pattern papers, just something to break it up, to give it a border, to give it a nice finished look. So I have this tan polka dot ribbon, and it just kind of matches the craft cardstock. So I'm going to put some glue on the ends of the ribbon. We're going to wrap it around those panels. Now that I have my ribbon border, I can go ahead and glue this down to our card front. Now we're going to make a shaker card with our empty snow globe stamp and dies. So I've stamped the snow globe on white cardstock, and then I used the die to cut the outer part, but I also used the die in the set that cuts out the inner part as well. So I've got both pieces here. So now I have a window that I've added just a clear acetate piece to the back. So I've got my acetate frame all ready to go, and I've put thin foam adhesive on the back of my snow globe frame. It's going to pop it up, and it's going to give a place for our little shaker pieces to move around. The first thing I want to do is I want to glue this inside piece of the snow globe to the card base. I didn't want the snowflakes to show from the pattern paper. I wanted a white base because we're going to use the stamp to put on there, and I thought it looked better just on the white of the snow globe. So I'm actually going to put it inside my frame in the back, and I'm going to add adhesive to it, and then I'm going to stick it down where I want it. And this allows me to place the snow globe where I want it on the card. Put it there, and I'll just press down a little bit so that piece will stay on the card, and peel my frame away. There. I want our little snow globe scene to sit on top of the shaker pieces that are going to go in the shaker card. So in this little bottom border part here, I'm going to add some adhesive, and I'm going to glue it to the back of our snow globe frame. So you can see here, I'm just going to stick it down and glue it just to the frame here. So it's going to stick up with the frame on the card. There we have it. See, it's just going to stick with the frame, so everything will shake behind it. Now it's time to add our shaker pieces. So I've just got a bottle of super chunky glitter. So keep them all inside of there. And now I can peel the release paper away from my foam tape. One of the most important parts about a shaker card is for your frame with this foam tape around it. You want the foam tape to make a complete frame around it with no holes or gaps that your sequins or your shaker pieces can shake right out of it. Now I'm just going to adhere our snow globe frame down. All right, for the bottom of the snow globe, the die comes with a piece that cuts out the bottom. I used this really nice bronze glitter paper. I believe it's in our metallic glitter paper pack. And now I'm going to add the sentiment. I've just stamped out Season's Greetings, cut a little pennant flag end here, and I'm going to glue this down to the card. So just for a little added texture and dimension, I'm going to tie a knot with another piece of ribbon. I'm just going to slide it underneath the piece I have glued to my card. Remember, we wrapped it around the back and glued it so it's free and open on the front side. So I can tie my knot. I'm going to put a little dab of adhesive where I want the knot to stay. Just pull it tight, and then I press it down with my finger, and then I just snip the extra off the ends. And here's our card. You can shake that snow around back in there, super sparkly and iridescent. Got our ribbon for some added texture. I think it turned out great. For our next card, we're going to make another shaker card. These stamps and dies just scream shaker card to me. So I've got a card base that's a top folding A2 size cardigan of this nice light craft cardstock. To layer on top of that, I've cut with our Mod Stitched rectangle dies this piece from the Winter Wonderland paper pad again. It's just a nice teal with white snowflake. So we'll glue that down to the card base. I love the look of this shape, just the difference in with the two rounded corners. Just adds a little something. So this time I stamped the empty snow globe again and cut both pieces out. I cut the center out and I cut it out around the outside. I've added acetate, glued it to the back, and cut around. So this is our front frame. This one we're going to do a little different though. I have the entire snow globe stamped and die cut out again, but I didn't cut out the center. Instead, I stamped these little snowflakes that are included in the stamp set. Just kind of randomly stamped them on the snow globe. And this is going to be our background. We're not going to make a shaker card that has foam so that it's dimensional. This one is going to be a little more flat. For the base of the snow globe, I've cut out this nice pretty black sparkly glitter paper. I'm going to go ahead and glue that on. I love how that fits right along the bottom of the snow globe to give you a nice base. You can cut it out of any paper that you like. For the inside scene of our snow globe, we've got these two adorable penguins that are ice skating. I'm going to glue them to the back piece of the snow globe, but first I'm going to add my little shaker pieces. Again, I'm just using some iridescent, super chunky glitter that I got at the craft store. I'm just going to spread this around the snow globe in a thin layer because we're not using foam adhesive this time. We want it to be a little flat. So now I'm going to glue down our penguins, and they're going to go on top of some of that glitter. So I'm not going to glue the entire piece of them down because I don't want to glue all that glitter down. I'm just going to glue along the bottom here. So they sit loosely on top of that glitter and it can still move around behind them. So just a thin line of glue at the bottom of the penguins. I don't want to lift this up because I don't want the glitter to go everywhere, but you can see glitter behind them, and I like that. So now we're going to glue the top snow globe frame onto our bottom snow globe. Again, just like with the foam adhesive, you want to completely cover around the edge of this frame with not a hole or a gap in it so that none of the shaker pieces go flying anywhere. They stay within the frame. And then I'm going to carefully adhere this down to the snow globe. So here is my little shaker snow globe. Isn't that super cute? My penguins are on the inside, so you still see that acetate shine on top of them. And all the glitter still moves around, but it doesn't fall out, and it doesn't have the thickness when you use the foam for a shaker card. Now I'm going to glue this down to the card. And I've got a sentiment, sweet wishes for the holidays. I'm just going to put it over the top of the little snow globe there. Just kind of pulls everything together, makes it so that the snow globe is not just floating in the center of the card. And there we have our finished card. Oh, I love this shaker card. And it's nice and flat to send in the mail. You're not going to have any problem mailing a card like this. For our last card, we're going to make another shaker card. This time we're going to do it similar to the first one. I have my empty snow globe cut out with the inside as well, and I've added acetate to the back of it and made a frame with foam adhesive. This time I'm going to stick that down to another whole snow globe piece that I've stamped and die cut. I just didn't cut the center out because again I wanted to have the white background instead of seeing through to the background of my card. So the background of my card, I have used our peppermint cover die. Such a cute cover die. You've got, it looks like a peppermint candy, but you can use it all year round because it just is a fun swirling pattern. I've cut out the die with this beautiful red glitter paper, which is in our winter glitter paper pack. And I'm putting it on top of an A2 size top folding card. So let's glue this die down to the card base. This makes such a pretty card base just by itself. You could just put like a die cut sentiment Merry Christmas along the bottom of this and you would have an awesome Christmas card. But let's make our shaker snow globe to go on top of it. For the inside of this snow globe, we're using the cute gingerbread and his gingerbread house. I think it goes perfectly along with the theme of our little background cover die that looks like the peppermint candy. I've die cut the bottom of the snow globe in a gold foil cardstock, and I'm gonna go ahead and adhere that to our snow globe frame. I'm going to add our same chunky glitter to this shaker card as well. Again, I'm going to glue the gingerbread house on top of the glitter so it shakes around behind it. So I'm just adding a little line of glue to the bottom of this piece. I removed the release paper from my foam tape. And I'm going to add the frame on top of our other snow globe. So again, we have a super cute shaking snow globe. I'm going to put in the center of the card. So I've got the sentiment, from this home sweet home to yours. I've added a little foam tape to the right side of it so I can put it over my shaker frame and it's going to stand at the same height as that popped up shaker frame. And here is our third finished shaker card. These are so fun. Thanks again for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed these shaker cards that we've created with our winter snow globe scene and empty snow globe stamps and dies. You can find all these products and more at pinkandmay.com or ask your local retailer. Until next time, my friends, keep living the creative life.